Right, folks, I've just done about 15-minute video to do with the targeting, different things altogether on that. So I wanted to see what I'm looking at. The lights, you can see the see my Netflix on pause. You see Vera with plants in the way in it. The cat attacked her. She brutalised her, didn't you? Suffering. Anyway, I'm gonna see them. Hi family, yes again. Let's do it. Okay. Hi. Now I asked questions last night and just now who to talk to, and it was naming names of things. And like I said yesterday, I think in other posts, I think I sort of the beast. You can hear in the background, fucking piss me off. So they say something and I get angry. I say blah 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 blah, and really that wasn't what I wanted to say. I wanted to speak about any subject apart from the creature beast, because that is their intention, just to distract me. Because the Freemasons are sex offenders, they think they're bad men. Literally, they think they're badder than UFOs and more powerful. So, with their fuckery, um, I don't usually let the beast get to me as well. So, anyway, so I'm going to sort of separate the two, separate subject matters, but I might refer back because these are beast and creature, beast and racist. I might refer back. I want to give you an example of something. But today, and it is the 26th of August 2021, and I'll say around 11 o'clock. I think I've already said that in previous posts. Say it. Okay. I was going to talk a bit more about civilization and religion to get things make things more clear. Because we are spiritual beings, there was a teaching for everyone, for all original humans of Earth. So parts of the Bible are true. I've not read other political religious texts, but there's certain phrases, philosophies of life, we should say, that were true to original humans. Okay, to connect. Oh God, I'll start saying okay again, folks. Anyway, that was true. Okay, so the Catholic Church has got a lot of hidden information that our ancestors left in caves, literally in books. This civilization we're living in now, I'll just go back, is less technologically, spiritually, society cultivated backwards. We are so backwards compared to the civilization that was destroyed previously with the original humans, animals and other species on Earth. We were a lot more advanced. Okay, and much of that's been destroyed or hidden from us. Any findings of an advanced civilization, except for the pyramids, well, they can't really destroy them, can they? But even technologically, they were more advanced. Okay, so the previous civilization were more advanced than we are now, even though we're told that we are the more advanced civilization. And they only go back for certain, like Athens, they go back to certain points, and that civilization was destroyed. There was a time before Athens, and like I said, to give you that as an example of a civilization where it was quite morally bankrupt. So, I wonder why I would say that anyway. So, the religious texts have been hidden and they've been altered. So, like the Catholic Church, Jesuits, certain individuals would know, and they've kept the knowledge to themselves and dumbed down humanity. And they've done this by ways of the Greys, very negative beings, and other negative beings actually, not just the Greys. keep humanity down. There is, when I say there's, it was a man-made religion, yes, they are man-made religion because it was man-made, um, but they've taken a truth, a universal truth, and they've twisted it in all religions. And they've taken what us original humans would feel, so they have to promote love, they have to promote a connection to higher beings because we always had that connection, we know, but because they've taken away that ability for us to know, and now you can see for yourselves now, can't you? And I can see for myself. Um, because they knew that, that's why religions, like I said this previously, that's why religions were created, because we had that higher connection to higher beings, we had that connection to our clan. Okay, so they've called it whatever word they use for their god, or creator. They've used that and they've focused on that, and they've always just, you go to a middleman, so you go to such and such, or you get to such place, or you have to do this amount of lessons before you can be able to speak to your God, your creator, your higher being. Right? So to manipulate humans, and it was greys, yes, some reptilians. There's lots of negative beings on Earth, lots. And like I said, I think previously, not all reptilians. Okay, I just focused. Not all reptilians are bad or parasitic. Like I said, I think we just doing parasitic. There are some reptilians that are enlightened beings in themselves, and I'm not one of them. I'm very much human, but I want to tell you that there are some reptilians that are not. They don't have to feed off others. They don't have to use fear. They're enlightened beings in themselves, and it's amazing by some of the people that are saying they've named reptilians as being negative and sort of like war hungry, human eating reptilians. They are them. I'm not going to name a few, but yeah, I can name a few who slag off a certain reptilian species, but they are that reptilian species. That reptilian is like an overlay on them, even though they say they're doing it to warn us and they're doing it to save humanity, to save mankind, and they're telling us all this about the negative, or yeah, they say negative reptilians. I'll say parasitic, when they are actually one of them. Okay, so yeah, there's yeah, aliens or parasitic aliens destroyed previous civilization. We always had a connection to a higher self. That's why this religion was created, and they know they could destroy that part of the human psyche. I mean, destroying everything, or try to blood down, I should say, everything else, but destroy that part of the human psyche, that connection, that need we would have, and that our heart needs to feel love. Um, just destroy that, try as they might. In every way, they are trying to destroy that. Okay, how many times I've said okay? I'm going to go back a bit. So civilizations were destroyed. There are passages in the religious texts that are true, or parts of it is true, and they've added bits to it, or they've inverted the truth. That's what they've done. So we did have, there was a religious leader, should I say his name? Family? I think I should say his name. And that's yes. Okay, Haile Selassie was a true king. Okay, true king of the earth. Okay, his bloodline, his clan. This is why they do it. Haile Selassie, a true king or true queen or true royal bloodline would know everything about this galaxy, or most things about this solar system, would be so educated that that's the reason we had kings and queens, is to pass on their knowledge to help the people they were governing. not to sit in a fucking car and wave, but to pass on the knowledge to their people. Okay. Now, royalties around the world have been set up to mimic that. I think one of Bob Marley's songs, and I'm saying this, yeah, people say it because I'm black. Yeah, I am saying it because I'm black, but there's other things I'm going to go into. And I'm the one told to crafts by family, equal UFOs and high beings. So, no. Yeah, okay, so, and even that, even though I'm saying Haile Selassie was a king, his bloodline, his energy, his clan, where he came from, and his purpose for his existence was to impart knowledge onto people in his kingdom. And the royal families were set up in Europe, etc., to mimic that. So the very opposite of that. They know that people, us human beings, it's like a sayer, isn't it? Say, giving you wisdom, giving you knowledge, but it doesn't act like that now, does it? It doesn't work like that in the nowadays. Never has in the UK, anyway, I don't think. And to impart wisdom and to help the people reach their higher selves, or give information to live a more comfortable and productive life. Okay, saying that, Rastafarian religion or philosophy is like all religious or philosophies. It's not true. It's been influenced literally by a human. So part of it is true, but part of it is not, and because they use parts of the Bible, don't then sort of to govern. Even though I've got locks myself, I'm not Rastafarian. Don't be so fucking stupid. If anybody's on there thinking, well, you're going to say that because you've got locks, off you fuck. Okay, just don't. And I would never be so disrespectful. Call myself a Rastafarian, especially my gob, filthy potty mouth. I eat meat and drink. Anyway, yeah. So no, I'm just saying this. This is my family. Listen, you're getting UFOs to confirm it. Okay. And Rastafarian, I think there's parts of it, and it's really I've noticed with myself, when you're speaking to higher intelligence, okay, about the world, you don't even know where to start. You're sort of numb at the enormity of the events. And then I realise I can only speak from my own experience, which is going to be biased, obviously. Get that in the centre. It's going to be very biased questioning. Questions going to ask is, I'm trying to be as neutral and as ask questions that are universal and that people may want to hear. But I am aware that I'm biased in the way I ask questions and the way I think, and because of my culture, the way I've been brought up. So yes, I've asked questions. I didn't ask. Well, I did. Because that's about. What did I ask about? Egypt. About their lifestyle, and if that's proved to be not true or not fully correct, the Rastafarian lifestyle is not true or not fully correct. It's my plants in the way. Sorry. The Catholic, there's many different religions that have taken a bit of what is universally the truth and twisted it to their own ends. And they are people that were born on earth, that were true bloodline, and they were bloodline to their creators. So I don't know if he knew. I don't know if there's people that told me that have played a significant part in Earth's evolution and in mankind's learning, that I don't know if they even realised just how much, or they knew coming onto Earth who they were and their part they had to play. I don't think they do. Don't they? Probably. No. Okay. We've talked about singers and people in the media. Um, Musicians, especially that musicians, sorry, in the 70s, 80s, 90s, before this lot came around. I'm 50, so what? So if trying to think of an era, there are some musicians that came to influence mankind for the better that have since passed. I was just asked my family, should I say one of them, one of the names? Okay, one of the names is Dennis Brown. And he's a Jamaican singer, was a Jamaican singer. It's called the Prince of Reggae. Okay, he was a being, like a messenger, and he's gone back to his clan. Like I say, that's what all intended to go back to the clan. Didn't sell himself out. Um, he was a messenger from the creators, if you like. Completely different from an angel, completely different from the protectors I talked about previously, completely different. There's Sean Beston, should I say the name? Okay. Johnny Cash, he's another one. The only time I've seen him, I watched an episode of Columbo. That's the only time I've ever seen him. He was a messenger, I should say, as well. And he's gone back to his clan. And that's the purpose of this life. You want to go back to where you came from. That's your soldier soul and your soldier energy. That's the purpose. To just live life and to go back to your clan. Okay. Examples. Yeah, civilization being destroyed. Let's get on to Dennis Brown. Anyway, yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. Haile Selassie. Yeah. So he was a true king, was a true bloodline, everything. Okay. And even though I've got locks, I'm not a Rastafarian, I'm not. Listen, you can see for yourself. Want it, believe it or not, and there's going to be racist, bless them, watching every post, foaming at the mouth. And I know sometimes, even though I do apologise for the Borough posse, sometimes I do speak slang to piss them off. Because you deserve to be pissed off, don't you? Yes, you do, little racist. So, yeah, I do sometimes speak slang to piss them off, but I deserve it. Another thing before we go, this is going to be before I'm going to go. There are a lot of people, a lot of over the internet, a lot of people who say they are contactees, that they are spiritual advisors, that they're ascending masters. Okay, and a lot of these people that have been doing it for years, literally, I mean, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. One of them, I think, is 50 years, but started in the 70s this year, or 80s. Anyway, we're doing it sort of like 40, 50 years, that's one of them, and it's all a lie. Everything that she's said, even though she's got people that worked, take one example, worked for the US government and the sort of like NASA. All the lie, they've sort of devoted their life, devoted things to controlling humanity, to control who we are. Okay, there's people that are doing it sort of like 5 to 10 years when this period began, and it's shift. Remember, it's all a psyop. And the best way, what would advise people to do, especially if you get attached to somebody, is to go back and look at their post from the very first post, and go back and watch a few of their posts, because they should be saying what they're saying now. What I said about there's different nationalities of people. There's not just angels, and there's angels and protectors are two different things. They should be saying things what I'm saying to you now. What I've said previously as well. One of them being that when your energies become awakened, when you become more, I'm trying to think of the word, not psychic, but more aware, you will take a dislike to some people instantly. You will just dislike them. It's not all love and roses, because these people are not human. I keep saying they're not human, not meant to be off earth. You're not even sharing the same energy, as I keep saying. So that's one of the things I heard. One of the and she's been doing it, what's it, 90s, and apparently she speaks to her contactees, to her group of aliens all the time, but she can't do this. She can't do it on film, and sometimes she even wears sunglasses indoors, because she's part reptilian. If you're a reptilian, say you're a reptilian. Don't go, well, I don't mind reptilians, because she's a bad reptilian. That's why she has to wear glasses. When there's somebody else saying, Simon Parks saying something, and this is recently new. Look back at what I would advise you to do, people. Look back at the very first post I've made and just keep looking back. They should be saying things that I'm saying to you now from the very beginning, and they should stop not to repeat the same things, because my clan wants you to grow. They want to get the word out. So if they've said they're part of a contactee program, and they'll be contact or Pacific Alien Group, they should be moving on from their advice every fucking week. Instead they're on the internet, I can't wait because I do this, send me money, 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 money. Okay. Simon Parks, I think he said recently, I've not watched it for about a year because it's vile. It's to do with your energy and DNA. That's what was told right at the very beginning. Why is he saying things now? He should know that. And another thing was say, it's not just me saying this. Like I keep saying, there's many people, I don't know how many, around the world who would have this contact now that wasn't a member of the UFO community or the New Age spiritual community. And we're having evidence of our contact with filming like this. I'm not the only one filming like this or saying the same things. We all, that my mouth is really dry, we'll be saying the same things. Okay, about should be warriors, we're never meant to be this meek. Yes, it's to do with your DNA, but it's also to do with your energy. Like my DNA, I know Chanel Frost, Chanel Campbell, Jamal Campbell, even though we've got the same DNA, we've got different energies. They're going to hell or the abyss. They've got entity attachment. Chanel Campbell's a portal. That was a choice. It was never. So even though I've got the same DNA, and she could have this contact as well, but she fucked up. She betrayed herself. So never. So it's not just DNA. It's your energy as well that links you to your clan. And like I said previously, I think yesterday or the day before, you can have a family member who you love dearly, and you're really close, so you really do love. There's a bond there, but with different clans. That doesn't matter as long as that bond's there. It's like trying to again, I forgot, but anyway, where analogy. Okay, we all live on the same street. Okay, your clan lives on one street, and around the corner is another clan who lives on another street. Your friend or neighbour, whatever. Just because you live on the next street doesn't mean you're not close. Doesn't mean you're not connected, because you all live in the same town. That's what connects you. Or you all go to the same school, or you'll work at the same place. It doesn't matter, because you still live in the same town, and it's that bond, and it's that energy of that town. That's just an energy. Try to break it down. Okay, so it's different altogether, and it's a lot more complicated than this UFO community would have you believe. Really is. It's a lot more complicated. Okay. So yeah. So they were saying things like that. They were saying things like, yes, your DNA and your energy. They're saying things that you'll be either people of love. You're going to be repulsed at some of these fuckers that come your way, and it's okay to be repulsed by them. You know, just not even sharing the same energy. They get their energy from the abyss, from hell. Okay, so you're okay. It's okay. You're not to like them, or just not be bothered with them completely. No, if you can limit your contact with them, be great. Okay. What else was saying? Your love for animals will increase, and I've seen a lot recently where somebody's not had a dog. They've suddenly got a dog, or somebody's not had a cat. They've had no interest in pets, ever. Also, have an interest in pets, want a pet. Somebody, and this has been done to me, where somebody says, really the plants can't grow in with a cat attacking them. Cow. Anyway, love for plants. And it's that connection to Earth. All of a sudden, somebody else came on. I think I used to watch her on YouTube. And she said she was in contact with loads and loads of different alien species. And it's just like, what plants? I love plants, They will try to get you in. Another thing you'll notice, especially if your energy is quite high, negative spirits will hate you and will try to fuck you up in any way they can. The creature beast we meet, that's a severe case. That doesn't happen with everybody. So don't be scared of shining your light. And that's another thing you used to say if you watch them. Say, oh, don't shine your light because the helicopters are about. I told you about the helicopter story on the face. Well, yes, there was a helicopter buzzing around, and then behind the helicopter, it looks like the helicopter was following a light, one of my fabulous light, and then all of a sudden there was a light following the helicopter behind the helicopter. It's hilarious. Really, they do think they're more powerful than UFOs. They actually do. Yeah, so there's so many people that are waking up now that why would you be bothered by a helicopter when you've got beings that can travel interdimensionally at the speed of light, that love you so much that no harm will come to you. They will uncloak themselves to make themselves be seen. And they're bothered about a helicopter flying over your house, fucking hell. And that's another thing to stop you, to say that they're speaking in love and in peace. And be careful of shining your light. Shine your lights. You shine your lights. I've said this again, when you're content, when you're happy. Even when you're not aware of it, when you're just slobbing on the settee watching telly, that's when you're glowing as well, when you're content. So look up that as well. And when it says, oh, be careful, because you have people watching you. So, I mean, talk to so fucking. You shine your light. Okay, so but go back and check what they've said. These people on the internet, go back and what they've said. Because they're oh, so some of it, it's just a load of bollocks in it. It's just a load of bollocks that sounds good. There's a woman, I don't know her name, and she was on Afrin Floyd Webber. He's a psyop, full stop. He knows it's a psyop. Anybody that goes on this program knows it's a psyop. There's a script that they all stick to, like the bad reptilians. And it's only one type of reptilians. All I can say to you, hand on heart, I've seen. Hang on, in real life, I think two. What I've been watching on the internet, I think it's number 3. I can't remember face, but I've seen the different sorts of reptilians. and they're not all bad. And like I said, a reptilian, not all reptilian species are the same. Some are evolved beings in themselves. Okay, so they will set in now too, and there's not one person that's on this program that I think is telling the truth. And I used to watch him all the time, and I believed in what he said until I had my own experience. And there's one that's coming on this channel now that wanted to, is it Jesus Christ consciousness? And she wants you to meditate with her. Don't meditate with anybody online. You can do if you want, but my advice, don't meditate with anybody online. You don't know how powerful your energy is, even online, even someone far thousands of miles away from you. And when it's a lot clearer, I'll go into more detail, but you don't realise how powerful your energy is, because we're told it's not. Okay, so somebody says they go to your lights. Don't go on. Sue Andrew, what's his name? Webber, whatever I called him. Something Lloyd Webber. Oh, I don't know. And you'll see it. You'll see this woman join her in medication for Christ consciousness to raise the vibrations of the earth. But she's got demons fucking all over her. You can see that. Okay. And that's what you're going to notice as well. There's a lot of people who speak one way or are completely different. This is a role they're playing. And they might have politics or beliefs that agree with you, and that's why they're going to get you, because they want to break humanity. If they can break your spirit, no matter when, if they're ever uncovered or the mask of them faking what they are comes off, and if they get someone to go, right, I've had enough of this, I'm not going to do it anymore, I'm just going to watch telly and go back to whatever and not try to evolve. That's what they'd like, but don't. Don't be taking in. What else? So religion. Take. There are parts of religion that is true. There are parts of religious text, like I said, it's being inverted. Parts taken out to suit the parasitic beings that are on earth now, because they know that we have a spiritual link to our clan. That's about it. Oh yeah, Dennis Brown, Johnny Cash. I'll just give you two examples of beings that have lived, humans that have lived, that were enlightened beings. And have gone back to their clan. And Haile Selassie was a true king, and the way they did it in the I don't know, many civilizations ago, was because they had the power, they had the knowledge of the universe, literally, and the solar system. And they had knowledge of the creators and what to do to get you how to live life, any problems that would help. That was the role of the king or queen. Like I said, DNA, this is to do with your DNA and energy. Like I say, family members may share the same DNA, but we definitely don't share the same energy. I think that's it. There. Try to think. I saw something today on the internet, so it must be true. about when civilization was nearly extinct. And they sort of scientists do believe, theorise it's to do with the ice age that we had. Nothing to do with the beings. Just trying to destroy Earth. It was. That's how previous civilizations were wiped out. And active beings trying to destroy Earth. Okay. What else? I did have something on my mind. Is it the forefront and it's just gone? That's it. Thank you, family. I hope you can see that. I hope it's clear. Thanks, Grandad. Thanks, Wayne.